G'day guys, King of Underworld here, back at you with another part of What If Senku Was in My Academia, part 6. Quickly before I want to get into this, well, check out the community tab if you guys haven't already, and vote for what if you want to see become the future 2K special. And that, yeah, so just go check that out, vote for what one you want to see the most. We already got quite a few votes, surprisingly. And yeah, I want to try and get this put out as quickly as possible because people want to obviously see this, of course, but also I've got assignment due in like 7 or 8 hours that I need to have finished. And yeah, so without any further ado, let's get into the real big brain. So, in last part, we had gone over how Senku had won the USJ, well, not the USJ, but the UA Sports Festival, overturning Bakugo and Todoroki, one of the fiercest quirk users in, well, all of the entire school, apart from the big three, which he had known about, however, didn't really consider them to be too much of a hassle because they were third years, so nothing like he was going to fight against them. So, he proved himself to pique the interest of Sir Night-Eye, with his highly analytical mind, and his good charisma to boot. As even when people hate him, they still follow his lead and command with a bright smile on their face. So, during this time, they had encountered such events taking Nada's seal of approval, literally, as he was already planning on training the boy, but he wanted to see what he was truly capable of in any sort of situation, be it an enclosed environment or outdoors. So he took this idea to see what he would do, as, Senku uses deduction and strategy over, big, bold statements that most heroes do. And that really impressed, Night-Eye. And the thing that, happened to shock, the young man the most was being asked out by MHA. As now we get back right into the story. As, Night-Eye says, yeah, it seems like your training with the seals has come very far along. Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, he grabs something from his pocket as he hands it into, drops it into Night-Eye's hand as his hand falls down a bit as he says, "What the? These are heavy." He says, I made those new seals I was talking about. The ones that can turn people to stone? Oh no, they're these ones, as he flicks them around in his other hand. No, those ones are the super dense ones. Hatsume was using a similar prototype, in one of her designs, coming up from one of the exams. Exams? Well, All Might being too powerful for his own good, they decided to put a restriction on him, as the man can blow away streets, and entire city blocks with one serious punch if we wanted to. But I think we both know that. Hatsume made some, I should give some context. Hatsume is somebody who, I work with in the support course. She's, crazy, but in the eyes of science, crazy is often genius. And that girl is a genius in her own sense. She made, braces that even weighed down All Might, reducing the impacts of his punch. Not completely stopping them, however, now he just feels like a truck rather than an entire freight train. As Nano says, I see. And these work at the same principle. As if you look on the seals, you see at the top of them that there's a small button. Take one of those into your hands and press the button. As, Nano does, as he almost drops down from how heavy it is. Says, what the hell? How's it so heavy? The contraption I was talking about. If you unclick it, it will return back to its normal weight, but that steel right there in your holding is about 35 kilograms normally, and it gets doubled to 70 when you click the button. So, if you're able to put as much force behind that as one of your normal seals, being able to launch that in a straight path, if you click the button while doing so, with a slight curve and drop, you'll be able to have the, potential energy of a dynamite stick on a blunt force object. You have to be careful with it though, as it is quite dangerous. It can easily shatter bone like it was, sawdust. It blows them away. However, this is good for pinning somebody down, as you can put one of these on their chests, as they, wouldn't be able to get up very easily. Now, let's say if you put 2 or 3 of these, they definitely won't be able to get back up. As, Nada is is very shocked and says, I understand you making your own, and the whole purpose of me teaching you these was so you can improve, but why did you go out of your way to make these for me? Says, so, from what I've seen, in the industry, people think that helping one another means that you don't expect anything in return. That is true. However, with science, it's not just an industry standard. We help each other. We collaborate. Even when no one asks, we help research, test. And you show me how to fight more effectively. So I'll show you how to fight, even better than I can. As you've mastered the seals, however, I gave you a new avenue to explore. So consider these my gifts, as a thanks. Thanks for teaching teach me all you can in these past, 2 weeks. As, Nada just says, thank you very much. I will hold on to these. He says, you've got my number. I put it on the application form, so if you ever want better ones in the future, I don't mind cooking up some new technology. Gets me excited, honestly. Now, you said we were going out and something special yesterday. Not a quiz story. Yes, on to the main topic that I brought you in here for anyway. We are going to Hosu tonight. As, Deku said, Hosu? But that's not within your casual area. Well, I've got a friend I want to visit in Hosu. Well, to be more exact, I want to go visit Gran Torino. Gran Torino? You mean that guy? The old geezer? Don't let appearances fool you. That old geezer would kick your ass 6 ways to Sunday. And I say that with a smile on my face because I know he could do the same to me. Oh, who do you think toughened up all mine? I'm his biggest fan, so I know the ins and outs of, his fears, and that old man happens to be one of them. Senku just laughed. That old man could send, All Might quivering in his boots. Now this is the person I gotta meet. Alright then. I'm looking forward to this little excursion. That's the spirit. What is the phrase you say? Get excited? Am I rubbing off on you, sir? Well, I gotta say, your personality's quite fun. Anyway, get ready and make sure you've got everything, because we'll be leaving in about 3 hours. The train ride there is, even with top-notch arrival speeds, will still take a few hours to get there, so make sure you have everything equipped. Hero costume, tools, and any other information. As he says, yes sir. As well, he's getting ready to pack away all his gear. As he grabs the special seals, puts them in his pocket, as he didn't know if they were quite ready to be used in the field yet, as there was still a few kinks in the, well, kinks in the armor. As well, the design process is still in its rough patching. The seals that he gave Night Eye, he obviously knew they would work, because they're based on Heartspace's technology, which was already quite refined. However, trying to infuse his own quirk into something similar is a bit more tricky. He says, well, I got I got 10 of these. Without the weight on them, they'd be fun to carry around, but there's one problem. She did say that these have about a 5% chance of failing to work. That 5% chance cannot be overlooked. Sorry. As he gets all his gear around him and checked to make sure that his reboot system was, well, ready to go. As, well, they get ready and they head off. They were talking a while there and cracking a few jokes here and there. As, well, Night was smiling and getting along with, with Senku quite a bit. As he came into contact with, Gran Torino and someone he never expected to be there. And he says, Midoriya, you're here? Yeah, I took an internship with Gran Torino. Oh, do you two youngsters know each other? As Izuku says, oh, yes, Mr. Torino, well, Senku and I are in the same class. As, well, Senku, gets a bit messed up by this old man. Says, so you're the old man I keep hearing about. The one that can send, All Might quaking in his boots. Oh, that used to remind me of my old days when I'd beat the snot out of Toshinori. Oh, what I wanted to see that. Now that would make millions. He's like, do you now? As he leans over and's like, I've got a recording in the back. See me later and I can show you. And says, done deal, old man. Oh, I'm getting excited just thinking about that. Oh, kids these days, quite fun, aren't they? Night-Eye says, yes, they certainly are. Pushes up his glasses. Now, why did you call me here exactly? Well, there was recent incidents, around here in Hosu. And, well, that's the reason why I'm here. There was reports of, well, not only this, not only the killer stain, but also some weird disappearances and destructions that have been unexplained. Says, so those were all tied to Hosu, I see. Yes, my investigation brought me here, so I thought I'd have someone who's a lot better at this investigation than I am. As he says, alright then, we'll stick around for the time being, but we only really came here to do some patrols and, well, see what you needed. And says, no, that's fine. That's the reason why I called you here after all. As says, Mr. Torino, just be ready. We're just about an hour outside of Hosu. I might be old, but I'm not that old. I'm sorry, sir. Please don't kick me. So, as Senku looks at Mentor and just gives him a devilish grin, he's like, does he kick that hard? He says, oh, yes, he does. He starts laughing. As, well, then Nana said, I know it's quite funny and all, but would you still be laughing if he was the one kicking you? Most definitely. Because it's still a lot more funny. Well, I can. Oh, it gets even better when I imagine my friend Taju getting the snot kicked out of him. Except there's something different about that big oafish gorilla. Oh, Taiju. He was that really strong one in the festival, wasn't he? Yeah, that was the one. Big Oaf has no brains, but a damn good supply of stamina and near limitless potential when it comes to muscle. He could take kicks like it was like a pro. Oh, the thing that was meant to kill All Might couldn't seem to take him down. Says, oh. He is very strong offensively, however, nowhere near as offensively as All Might. He couldn't take down a city block in one go, but he could take hits like a pro. Hell, if there was a human equivalent to a sandbag, he'd be it. Taking bullets like they were just a little flecks of pepper. As what was, the train calls out, "Emergency! Emergency! Please be advised, the train tracks are currently blocked down and not running. Please remain calm. Wait for the police to arrive," as the lights start flickering a bit, as a rumble starts appearing in the train tracks, as Senku just says, "Alright, now's not the time for joking. Let's see what's happened." As he looks at the flickering lights and just sees 2-second delay. It's the second and third compartment that's being attacked. How do you know it's being attacked? Because normal frayed wires don't flicker that fast. Well, and that without that big of a rhythm. Follow me. As they all start dashing over, as they run over to see a few dents in the wall, as a big hole is burst open by a balloon Nomu. As well, Midoriya and Senku says, "It's a Nomu. What is it doing here?" A Nomu? So that's the creature you encountered at the USJ. Yes, it's the one that we killed. Don't worry about it. It has no human conscience. Just take it down. It's a danger to civilians. As well, another one jumped up as Nana decided, "Gran Torino, you take the one on the left, I'll get the one on the right." It says, "Right." As Gran Torino blitzes around the hold, as he dashes out and kicks the Nomu out with him. As Nana tries out one of his seals. Let's time to test this out. As he throws the seal as hard as he could in a flat line, and right as he let go, he turned on the button. As soon as he did that, he heard a loud crunch as the thing was sent flying out, about another 50 meters back, as it just landed there a bit immobilized as it was struggling to get back up. As he just says, Senku just says, "Sir, you go on without us. Just stay safe. We'll get these civilians to rescue. I'll fix up the wiring and the cords and go check on and go see if I can help the one manning the train. Then we can get these guys all to safety. Deku will act as support. I'll be the one to treat the people's wounds." And it says, "Right. Stay safe." "You got it, sir." As he goes and does what he says. As he goes up to the compartments, looks at all the wiring, and just takes out some tools from his belt. As Deku just says, "Do you always carry tools with you?" "Of course. Why wouldn't I? Oh, you've seen all the tools I use. If I can't fix them or repair them, I'm basically useless. Apart from this quirk I have, I've got nothing else to help me." As Midoriya says, "Right. Remember, keep an eye out. Make sure there's no Nomus. Or villains, for that fact. During all this chaos, I wouldn't see if anyone tries to do anything funny." It says, "Damn, the door's jammed. Midoriya, can you take it off for me?" As he says, "Alright." Says, "Full cowling." 5% Detroit smash as he knocks down the door and says, "Damn, you're giving, even with that little burst of power, you seem to, well, hit as hard as Taiju." Says, "Alright, you go see if there's any, get all the passengers that seem to be hurt or have any sort of injuries to me. I'll heal them." Says, "Alright," as he rounds them, Midoriya starts rounding them all up, as well as the conductor of the train. Says, "Alright, now guys, stay still. This might feel weird, but trust me. Well, we're both provisional heroes." As well, Deku looks, whispers at him, "But we're not." And it's like, "We don't want to cause a panic. They're not exactly gonna trust students, now are they?" Says, "Yeah, good point." Says, "Alright, now ready?" As he grabs out one of his gadgets, as he grabs out the gyrosphere, as he throws it, as a loud click appears and a bright green flash, as they all whisper into stone, as people start panicking. "What? Are they villains?" As Izuku just says, "No, no, 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 no. This is Dr. Stone, the guy that was on TV." As one of the people says, "Yeah, it's that kid that's able to turn things to stone and heal people." As it says, "Yes, yes, please just calm down. He's only healing them." As he throws out the etching agent, as the stone cracks off them. As they look, my wounds, they're gone. I don't feel any pain. As the conductor is, well, is in, "Oh, thank you. I feel much better now." Says, "Yes, sir. It's alright. What do I need to get this train back up and running?" "Oh, you'll need a whole electrical engineering team with you. And it would take hours to fix. Just let me know what I need to fix and I'll get it done in 5 minutes." 5 minutes? Are you insane?" "No, but I am a scientist and an engineer. So, what do I need to fix?" "Says you need to fix the whole, routing system as well as the pulse." "The pulse?" It's what we conductors call the tram line's magnetic force that keeps the thing afloat." "Oh, you should have just said that. Make that 3 minutes." It says, "What?" "Just stay here." As he goes out to a box and takes it off, as he grabs a flashlight out from his pocket and holds it in his mouth as he starts saying, "Alright, this one here." As he gets out a welding torch, fixes up he starts fixing up a crack that was in the side, and soldered some wires together. Then he goes to underneath the train where the little magnetic lock keeps the trains afloat. Because if people didn't know, in Japan, Japanese bullet trains typically run using magnets, keeping them both afloat and not ever touching the tracks, therefore being able to go as fast as they can. What he's doing is restoring the magnets, or the pulse, of the train. So, fixing it back up, he says, "Is that all it needs?" As he grabs out a screwdriver, unhinges one of the latches, as he starts soldering some more wires together. Then, then he starts grabbing out another screw, puts it back on, as he says, "Alright," as he gives it a big punch the entire train starts lighting back up, as it starts rebalancing itself. And he said, "What the hell? Kid, that was amazing." Says, "It's my job. Now, sir, I want you to get these civilians to safety. Take them to the nearest train station and do the evacuation procedure. Well, Protocol 4. "How do you know all this?" "It's like it's my job to know. We're heroes." Says, "Alright. We're gonna go checking people in the city. It seems that they need, help the most. So, tell them that a hero sent you and to get these evacuated off the train straight away." Says, "Alright. Wish you good luck, heroes." As he then runs over to Deku and says, "Alright, come on. Give me a lift down." As one, he picks up Senku and jumps down. And as they land, Midori puts him down and says, "Wow, that's amazing. You handled that so calmly. Most people would have been freaking out trying to figure out what to do." Well, as a hero, you're supposed to be reliable. You don't want to be freaking out in times like this. After all, that's what endangers lives. And it's not very logical of a scientist to start freaking out as soon as something unexpected happens. That's life. Says, "Alright, I've got a look onto the intercoms," as he starts, as he goes into his little suit, as he said, "The neck collar. What are you doing?" Says, "I'm filtering to the radio channels." "The radio channels?" "Yeah, they put out little emergency warnings. People call 911. I'll give you rough general directions and, well, you two just, we'll go and find them and save them." Midori's like, "Right," says, I'll be the eyes and ears, and you be the muscle, okay? Unfortunately, Taiju ain't here, but you're the next best thing." It says, "I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. That guy's my best friend, so I better take it as a compliment." It says, "Alright, let's go, Senku." "Alright, let's go, Midoriya." As they start rushing around from building to building, responding to all the SOS calls that are unable to be answered, as the firefighters are trying to put out the raging infernos. As there was one building that was on fire, people were calling for help. He says, as he goes, as Senku just says, "Break the top floor open." "Why? Why would we do that? Why don't we just help them?" "Well, they're gonna be dead if they can't get all that smoke out. And break a little hole underneath." It says, "That's gonna keep the airflow going. It's not the fire that's gonna kill them first, it's the lack of oxygen. Look at them, they're coughing, they can't breathe." I'll handle the bottom floor, you just get the top floor." "Alright." As Senku grabs his whip out, as he sets it to the thickest setting, as he strikes, the ceiling joint, as he strikes in between where they usually seal the concrete parts together after they set it on top of beams. As he whips it down, as it falls out of place, and then he whips it again in the opposite direction. As bam, it fell out in one huge slab as it broke down, as he could feel the oxygen just rushing up as it was being sucked up by the lack of pressure. As he says, "Hey guys, jump down over here, it's safe, there's no fire." As he sees a little railing beam, as he grabs his whip and says, and flicks it up, as he hooks it around and says, "Slide down the whip, he'll be fine, use that as a safety pole." As a mother, a father, and 3 children start sliding down, as he says, "Alright, are any of you hurt?" As it goes to the youngest child, which was bleeding pretty badly on his leg after being cut on some of the debris out of the building. It says, "Alright, try and be brave. You know what they always say, heroes always get a smile, eh?" As the little lad starts smiling and says, "There we go, this ain't gonna hurt one bit." As he turns his leg to stone, as the kid was actually honestly being mesmerized at the bright light. It says, "There we go, focusing the lights." As he heals his leg and says, "Wow, thank you, mister. What's your name?" "Oh, my name's Senku, but you can just call me Dr. Stone. I'll be one of the greatest heroes someday." It says, "Oh, thank you, Dr. Stone." It says, "It's alright." As he says to the mother and father, "Alright, if you go west down that street for about 100 meters and turn right, you'll see an evacuation center. Go meet them there, as police is heading there to collect some people that are in danger. Tell them that hero sent you, that you'll be taken care of straight away. And it says, we can never repay you. Don't worry, ma'am. It's in our job. Now go. He just shouts up out of the building. Midoriya, we got the family out. Now let's go. Well, as they do this to a few more buildings, as they get through a ton of these houses very quickly. As he sees nobody else is on the radio and says, it looks like we got most of them. It looks like the fires have cooled down a bit. And then he's dialing through one of the radios as he flicks onto an emergency signal. And says, wait, hold on, what was that? It's like, requesting urgent backup. Pinned down with two injured. As he recognized the voice. And said Midoriya and says, that's Ida. Says, I should have known it'd be after that. Said, what? Ingenium was in the newspaper the other day. He was, attacked by the hero killer Stain. He survived, but he's paralyzed. Says, oh no. Ida must have gone to try and get revenge. Yeah, we have to go stop him. Well, can you tell where the location is? It's a bit jumbled up, but he said Northwest Avenue. So it's just over there. Says, you're going ahead of me. You can get there first. He can be in immediate danger. Says, right. As Midoriya starts dashing forward using full cowling, getting there ahead of, Senku by about 45 seconds, as he connects over the intercom with Senku. Alright, I've arrived there. It's Stain. Well, buy enough time that I can get there. Once I can get this should be all sorted. Says alright. As Deku starts locking into combat as he starts staring down Stain and says, why are you doing this? Says, oh, another fake hero wants to play, do they? Let's see how this one measures up. Says, I'm not here to play, Stain. You've hurt innocent people. Those innocent people are taking advantage of what it is to be a hero. It doesn't matter if they're taking advantage of it or not. They were still protecting people. They were still protecting people's lives. Their health. They were keeping people safe. Peace of mind. It doesn't matter what their motives were. As long as they're hurting people, it doesn't matter. Says, you may have a point, kid. But the way I see it, this hero society is corrupt. As Ida's saying, run, Deku. You can't win against him. It's some sort of paralysis quirk. As, Stain started off by throwing a blade towards Deku, which he instantly dodged. As he starts bouncing around the walls using full cowling, says, this is taking a bit of my energy. I can't keep this up for long. If I go too hard, I'll break my bones. Says, just buy for 20 more seconds. As, Stan starts getting up close as he got close enough to actually kick Dorian in the side. However, he got it right in the padding, so the spikes on his shoes didn't actually penetrate. As he started coughing violently, and it's like, is that all you got, phony hero? Says, you're out of luck, cause I'm not going down that easily. That's what it means to be a hero. As he counters attacks with a punch to the face, sending him back to the other side of the alley. As he says, you got a bit more fight in you than those other two fake heroes. You're not actually half bad. Hell, you don't even notice it yourself, but you're fighting with a smile. He says, a smile is the marker of a hero, and I'll never let it leave my face as long as I live. Huh. You kinda remind me of All Might. However, you're not him. So you need to prove yourself. Says, unfortunately for you, it seems that you've proved Seems like you've already proved yourself too much. And it looks like that arrogance has led to your defeat. As, well, Senku... Well, Senku was listening and waiting for the perfect opportunity to the right time. As Stain was like, "What do you mean?" As, well, a a gyroscope-like object was flung from the shadows of the alley. As Stain, deflected it with his knife and says, "That's supposed to be some sort of gambit." As the voice calls out, Senku, revealing himself. Yes, it was. As it falls back down and hits the ground, as a click sound emerges, and says, "You lost, Stain." As a bright green flash, um, well, immediately, it's dispersed throughout the area. As he starts turning to stone, it's like, "No, I cannot be defeated by these fake heroes." It's like these fake heroes took you down. Now you'll go back to jail where you belong. He starts screaming out, "No!" As his screams were cut short by him being fully petrified. As he starts running over to Ida. "Ida, you alright?" "Yeah, I'm fine. I can move now." "Well, it's good to see that you're alright. How's Native?" And it seems like another hero. Don't know who he is. Oh, that'd be Manuel. Oh, you two, all of you huddled together. I'll heal you." As he turns them to stone, then it cracks off them, as they have no injuries now. As Ida says thanks. Says, "What were you thinking? You went after Stain for your own personal reasons. Don't think I don't know. I may not talk to you much in class, but I damn well know when somebody is not acting right. It was your own fault that led to this. You could have died, and two heroes trying to do their jobs could have died because you wanted a personal grudge to be solved. And, my God, Ida, I was booked in to go see your brother. He would have walked again and he would have been back into hero work. This all could have been avoided. He never told you because he was supposed to surprise you, but I was gonna go heal him tomorrow. You realize that I'm able to heal basically anything. When we can push his spine together, I can turn him to stone and he'll fix it." You reckless idiot." As he gives him a knock on the head, he says, I have no words. He was going to be fine. Yeah, he was going to be fine. Makes you seem like a fool, doesn't it? As Ida falls to his knees and starts crying out loud. His tears are being hidden by the rain that started pouring. As, they all start walking out as the other heroes start arriving at this point, thanks to the emergency SOS that's being broadcasted from Ida's phone. And as they all start chatting there, as it's a few of the people from All Might's, not All Might's agency, but Endeavor's agency plus Endeavor himself, and a few other heroes as well. As they say, "Is everything alright? Has it been handled?" Says, "Yes, I think we got something you might like." Says, "What, did you save somebody?" "Even better, you save people in the future. We caught this guy bare-handed." "Well, I should say red-handed, but we didn't get quite to that point yet. As it was the statue of Stain that matched the description perfectly. As he said, well, as some reporters started to arrive on scene after this, as well, since Stain was encased in a stone prison, being unable to speak, he never got his message out to the world. He never awoken the new revolt in the people's hearts. And the Nomu that was going to attack, that was going to attack Decker was taken down by Nada and Gran Torino, who had seen that the attack was coming, and decided to keep that one out of the skies. Well, the reporters start flooding everywhere to see Endeavor, as well as as well as all the other heroes crowded around what is the hero killer Stain that's been eluding and making people's fear in their hearts emerge of being, murdered. As they start crowding around, look at this, folks. As you can see, the hero killer Stain was captured by the, pro-hero Endeavor. As, people started, as he started to just start speaking as, those here, Manual and Native, said, no, that's not right at all. They just arrived on the scene. As they said, what's this? Says, that kid, and those two green kids over there, they did all the work. They saved all three of us, including another student. These guys just arrived here and you're giving them the credit? Like, is this true, Endeavor? Says, well, yes, but they technically didn't have a license as, people started emerging from the streets as they said, those kids helped us out of our building as it was burning. No hero could respond. No firefighters. Yet those two boys right there helped us and got us the medical treatment we needed. He fixed my broken arm. And he stopped my daughter from bleeding out. And you say that just because he didn't have a hero license, he doesn't deserve credit for what he's done? Those two boys are heroes. Through and through. As a lot of people started rallying around, saying the same story. And even some of the people that had just come off the train that they were on said, those two boys helped protect us on the train. Those two boys alone protected over 300 people. By themselves, got the train up and running and the one in that coat especially, he also got the train back up and running. Got us to our evacuation point. All by himself while the other one was defending us. That credit goes to those boys as everybody starts rallying around as the news reporter says, well, you've seen it now, folks. These two young students had taken down, the mighty hero killer Stain. As they start going, they start getting closer as the heroes are trying to back the students off as well. As he said, no. Instead of just leaving this ambiguous, let's give him a statement. Says, I'll do all the talking, you just jump in when you feel it's necessary. As he looks at Midoriya while saying so, and says, as Midoriya nods. And he says, now do you have any regards to what you just said? Or what everybody just said? Says, well, I cannot deny what we have done. However, we did what was right. Endeavor was never trying to take credit. I'm not going to blame you because that's what you saw. But you clearly were the one that said that it was Endeavor and whatnot that took him down. He was trying to explain that it probably isn't right because we were unlicensed, we didn't have a quirk. license or a provisional hero license. So it's technically illegal for us to use our quirks even though we help people. It was only abiding by the law that was set upon him and everybody else in society. But we do not have a comment and we do not have anything to say on this matter. We clearly just hope that everybody has gotten equal care. We did what was meant to be done as heroes. We help people without expecting anything in return. No fame, no credibility, nothing. It says, "This is my friend here, Deku, and my name is Dr. Stone. And we are the new generation of heroes who strive for a better tomorrow." As he just walks away as he needs to put it, says, "Well, you've seen it now, folks. The two new promising heroes, Deku and Dr. Stone, on the scene." As well, this is where I'm going to leave it off for part 6. I hope you all enjoyed this part, and especially the one that keeps commenting in my, down below my comments. I was going to say DM, but you don't. Anyway, all the usuals, go look at the polls, vote, if you haven't already. Discord is down below, and I've been the King of Underworld, and have a good one.